Arca Bulls family, what is up, everybody? What is up? Throw some A's in the chat. If you can hear your boys speak, throw those A's in the chat right now. What is up, family? Happy to see everybody here today. Very stoked to be here. Incredible moves in the markets. Let me get those A's in the chat if you are already in here and witnessing the good times roll, right? So please go ahead and share those A's in the chat. What is up, my people? What is up? Beso Amy, good to see you here. Northwest, Dame Time, my moderators, Mark Roach. What's up, Hound? How you doing? How you doing? And yeah, you guys, oh my goodness, man. Come on. How good have the markets been today? Kareem Decker, what's up, man? Thank you so much. Really appreciate the dono. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go over VS for you. Not a problem whatsoever. Okay, I do need to tell you that I actually just released the official video for it, so my mind is very clear and absolutely knows what is coming for VS, right? Again, remember guys, nothing is a guarantee in the markets. Nothing is actually gonna happen per the statistics. Remember, the statistics only play just the statistical value. Remember that, okay, you guys? They're not certainties. All right, but everything is leading to make me believe that ticker symbol VS has a huge bear trap in line for the for those short positions, right, you guys? Oh my goodness, man. Please know that I actually I'm talking about within the last 3 minutes, I actually posted the official videos for AMC, for CLNV, and also let's see here, what was the other one, man? Ticker symbol VS. Beso Amy, I got you. We'll go ahead and take a look at FFIE. Not a problem whatsoever. Okay, you guys. So what is up, chat? Tell me, talk to me. What did you guys get long? What did you guys make? What's up, man? If you are not already aware, please remember that there are the potentials of what's up, Abner Cruz? Yeah, we'll go ahead and add him into the list, man. Not a problem whatsoever. Good to see you here. Good to see you, my dude. I hope everything's okay. I hope your family is doing good, and I hope work is providing, right? Everything is good. Everything is good. Good to see you in here. So yeah, so you're talking about NKLA and also GNPX, right, man? Good deal. Good deal. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you here, my brother. But yes, you guys, tell me, talk to me. What have you guys done, man? Yeah, we can go ahead and go over, guys. You know what? I'll try my best to actually go over the tickers that I just posted right now, as I know that those are like very they're very psychological, just per se, right? I understand that there's a huge implication there, so I'll try to ease the tensions off just a little bit from the mass here. So we'll go ahead and go over those. Okay, Mark Roach talking about TRKA, of course, my dude. We'll go ahead and add that to the list, and we'll take a look at it as well. Okay, so yes, I actually, now thank you actually for reminding me about that, because yes, TRKA is in fact the one that I owed from the last ticker. Okay, you guys, so please bear in mind that TRKA will be first in line today. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that ticker as well, followed by VS, OCUL. We have FFIE and KLA and GNPX thus far. Okay, you guys, please know that we will try our best to get through every single ticker here. Man, what is up, everybody? David Parr, what is up? So you bought a boatload of CRTD. Good deal, man. Super stoked. I actually you know what? I'm going to try and release a CRTD video as soon as tomorrow, and also GTII updates, okay? So please stay around for your boy Arca, because there are going to be more and more videos coming up, okay, you guys? Good to see everybody in the chat. What is up, Indra? Good to see you here. Northwest, Colin C. What is up, my dude? T Wood, good to see you here. Colin, what's up, man? Oh man, look at this. It's such an amazing crew up in here. Dame Time, good to see you again, man. PW Gear, what's up? Power Gear, right? So good to see you, man. Good to see you. The family is actually doing okay. Right now, we are actually, my wife just got home right now. She's actually unpacking some groceries, and I hear my little guy out there screaming like crazy, like, Mom, where you been at, right? So everything is going good, man. Thank you so much for asking, right? So yeah, we'll go ahead and Colin, we'll go ahead and add that to the list as well, man. So PBLA, right? I got you, man. Not a problem whatsoever. I know a lot of people talking about a bunch of tickers, right? But I am very excited to see that these tickers that we were talking about were absolutely making that upside, right? So Abner Cruz, thank you so much, my dude. That really means a lot. So you're saying with that donation, you're saying, Arca, my brother, thank you for everything. Let's see, everything as well. And I hope the same for your family. And I will answer you on Twitter in a minute. I'm like, Dory, I totally get you, man. I absolutely understand. That's very kind of you, man. Thank you so much for all of your support. And yeah, man. So we'll definitely get to those tickers for you in due time. So I'll make sure to get them out of the way for you, and we'll make sure to get those plays going, right? Kenny Powers, my dude, thank you so much, my bro. That you didn't have to, man. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. And I can't wait to see you in the Arca Masters course, right? Which, by the way, you guys, if you haven't known already, there are only 8 seats left in the Arca Masters trading course. Please go ahead and refer to the links in the description below so that you can go ahead and reserve your seat now before it's too late, because there have been, I actually offered 30 seats as of 3 days ago, and there are only about 8 left. Okay, I did not know that they were going to go this fast, so please go ahead and reserve your seat, because they are on a first come, first served basis. Okay, links in the description below. But let's see what the chat is talking about. Yeah, no problem. What's up, Sebastian Lim? Good to see you here, my dude. So you are absolutely looking at that. What you said, KPRX? Yeah, man, we'll go ahead and look at it. No problem. I'll add it to the list as well. Okay, you guys. So I really want everybody to know that I'm trying my best to look at all these. What's up, Snow Drifter? All these comments, right? I'm not trying to ignore you, but just know for a fact that I absolutely see you, and I will try my best to get to you. What's up, Omar Lopez? Good evening, Arca boy. What's up with everyone? Thanks for taking time and looking out for the community. Absolutely, my dude. I'm very happy to do that. Indra H, good to see you in here. What is up, Ziggy78? Let's see what you're saying. Arca, what's happening with LUNR? SPAC went nuts. Warrants are super cheap. Any reason for that spread? And to tell you the truth, man, I'm not even sure what that ticker actually is. Did we ever take a look at it here? But it went crazy, you said? So LUNR, what is the deal with that? Is that oh man, is that even the one? Did I even select the right one? Yeah, so that's LUNR. Yeah, Intuitive Machines on a 12-hour chart, man. So this actually just had its IPO in February. These types of tickers, man, these are very much where my edge does not sit. But what I could tell you is that a very cool little bullish engulfing right over here. This is suggesting a continuation to that upside even still. Go ahead and always remember, man, always remember, check your RSI to see if you can actually gauge some type of edge. Please notice that there's that information for the RSI on so that means that you have to start looking at the really short-term time frames. Okay, good thing here everything is in the bullish control zone. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, man, yeah, it looks like there's still a little bit of upside left to go. Please notice that I don't think we can even see the hourly, right? Yeah, the hourly is now pushing that SMA 14 out of the line. Go ahead and make sure to watch your longs. If you're already in that profit, it looks like this thing may actually cap out between the area of about 123.69 to about 135.60. Definitely know that this is already suggesting a little bit of a downside. Also, some people may consider this a pretty bullish thing because it's a silly little frame here. It's the bull flag, right? So watch out with that one, man. So yeah, so we'll go. I guess we can consider that one the first one, right? So LUNR, a quick little thing, but I can't actually tell you that what it's going to do. There's no information here from me, my bro. But I'm very excited that so Indra H, LUNR had news yesterday, so very interesting here, man. Huge pump, man. This thing is going from $9 to 135. Millionaires made. Very cool stuff. We're going to take a look at Da Vinci Realty. What's up? We're going to look at FFIE today. Besso Amy actually made sure to request that already. So I'll go ahead and look at it. Okay, so Abner Cruz, you're saying it went nuts today. It definitely did, man. Look at that. Crazy price action, and actually coming out of this like a symmetrical triangle. Very interesting price action here. No one could have guessed that it was going to go to 135, right? I'm not even sure that it was even a thing. So look at that. Hound saying LUNR had a short squeeze, and it basically a space meme. LLAP is a space play that had excellent news today, though. $2.4 billion contract, and a Bank of America analyst upgraded the price targets at $7 per share. No way. And you're talking about what was that again? LLAP? Where's that sitting, man? Lots of plays moving to the upside. What is happening, guys? The markets were bleeding and still we're moving to the upside. Look at that. on LLAP. How long has this thing even been trading, right? So, oh, look at that huge gap up, right? So already looking a little sus right here, right? This is a huge daily, I mean, a very massive spinning top doji, right? So there is I mean, obviously, right? We actually gapped up all this upside, right? So I'm talking about that there is potentially a tie between the bears and the bulls here, man. But that daily is still suggesting massive upside on that LLAP, all right? So you're looking at the 3-day still with that upside. Good still, man. The 30-minute intermediate short time frame, I'm sure it's down. Oh, actually upside still. Damn. All right. All right. So yeah, there's still upside to go for that LLAP. Remember to keep in line your next targets. Okay. So the next relevant target before a pullback, and then eventually testing that new resistance. I'm sorry, that new support, which could be at 345, right? So 376, back down to 345, reload, continue on to that upside, right? So this is good. This is looking good. Not bad, man. Very cool stuff. Oh, these things are moving like crazy, man. So yeah. So Diamond Music Production, hey, what's up with any updates on GTI? Yes, my dude. So I actually will be posting both of them, both of CRTD and GTI tomorrow. So rest assured that it is definitely coming. Miss L, good to see you in the chat. I am so stoked to see you. Okay, I hope you are feeling better. I'm sure you are. And yeah, you know how it goes, but very good to see you here. What is up, Jason Barrio? Good evening, everybody. He wishes, man. Good stuff. Randy Campbell, HDUP and AM.NO, please. Man, I'll go ahead and add those to the list. Okay, so I actually have a pretty full one, but I will put you there no matter what. Okay, so HDUP you said, and what else did you say? Let's see. AM.NO. Okay, so yeah, no problem, man. They're in the list already. You guys already know that I try my best to get through all these tickers, right? So actually, you know what? Let me talk about the ones that I already released in the video today, okay? So just so I can give you a quick rundown, okay? Just like I said, for AMC, guys, for AMC, I'm still expecting an upside, but please know that we have a little bit of a battle to face over here, and that's particular to the VWAP on the hourly time frame, $6.37. Okay, we're gonna face some resistance here, a little bit of sideways chop before a continuation onto the upside. And why can I suggest that upside? Well, guys, take a look at the daily momentum, suggesting nothing but upside. Okay, that RSI starting on that 30-minute upside. We have that bi-hourly upside. We have that 6-hour on the upside, right in that gravitational zone pull right over here on the daily as well. And when it gets serious, is on the 3-day and the 5-day, guys, still an upside to go for AMC. Okay, you guys, so if we are able to beat this target, which is, let's see, the upper side of this resistance, I'm talking about 734. If we're able to beat that and close a 4-hour minimum candle above that resistance, then my next targets for you would actually probably be 916 to about 983. Okay, but remember that the targets of 731 and about 699 are very important. Okay, that range of resistance is incredibly important for us to consider continuing on to that upside. But I liked the price action today. We actually went right to that 679 that we were talking about at the 2.272, where we said if in case we come short of this target here, then yes, the 2.272 would be the relevant target for us to face a resistance before a pullback. And it exactly happened in that way, right? Candace Morrison, good to see you here. That is it for AMC on that one, right, you guys? So please know that this is still suggesting a massive upside, okay, you guys? So let's go ahead and now move on to ticker symbol VS, because I know a lot of you are still very curious over what I said. I understand that I just released the videos right now, but please go ahead and rest assured that we're going to move on after VS. Just real quick, these ones, right? We still need to look at TRKA, VS, OCUL, FFIE. All right, we have a lot of them. We're gonna push through them fast, okay, so that we can make sure to get some things in line. Abner Cruz, I'm gonna get to your tickers no matter what, and live too, okay? So, and I will express to you some other maybe some more notes even in a DM with you, okay, my dude? So just go ahead and stick around with me, as I know that it's getting pretty late for you over there in the East Coast. Okay, so let's go ahead and now just look at VS really fast, because it's still in my mind. I just released that video, so it's So it's all pertinent to me right now. So Stephen Domain saying, hey, Arca, someone I watched told me that AMC has some bearish divergence. Do you see that? It's not confirmed. And yes, I do see it. It's actually in the daily time frame. And let me show you. Let me show you. We can actually look at it in two areas, actually. So the 8-hour and the 12-hour. Just referencing AMC one more time, right? So let's go to the 8-hour. So particular to this one, actually, because we're going to make this large, okay? So let's just open it up and show you exactly what's being said, okay? So when you're referencing bearish divergence, you're talking about the potential of opposition of price action versus momentum, right? So in this case, we do have a very slight drive here, okay? So it is on the 8-hour, and it is the minimum time frame that I would consider looking at bearish divergence drives, okay? So right over here, you can see that from this peak, right? So, and actually, no, it's not even that one. So let's see. No, man. Oh, there it is. Here it is. So this is the one right over here, and there you go. Sorry, I missed it, right? So there we go. So this is what's happening, and it looks like it may have already played out, right? So this would essentially find a support from the 14-day simple moving average, located probably right at about that 56 to 57% of the gravitational pull, right around there. So which is in line of what I'm talking about in the video. Okay, so in the video, I am referencing the potential of coming back to the let's see where I was telling you to get that loading zone, right? So let me see where I said it. I hated that I forget these things, right, you guys? But if we're looking at raw price action right now, 626 sitting, the obvious area first for loading 608, right? The next obvious area would actually be right at 592 before a continuation onto the upside, thus realizing that that bearish divergence. So please know also that there are more bearish divergences also playing, right? But the thing is that the upper term timeframes are not suggesting downside, and they're not pivoted just yet. So we need the lower term timeframes to verify that or confirm that. Okay, so now that we can go into that upper term time frame, then yes, we're just going to face some choppy action here, like I said in the video, and then we can continue on to that upside, which would honestly respect that bearish divergence, right? So we have another one right over here, we have another one right over here, and so on, right? So yeah, I see it, but I didn't put too much importance into that because I do believe that actually the momentum versus volatility is still suggesting a massive upside right here, and it's not giving way. So this is actually just playing into the shorter term period. Leo, thank you so much for that dono, my dude. You bought 200 AMC call, 650 strike with an expiration of March 31st, 23. Theta is 135, and your delta is 54. Damn. Okay, so that's a good delta. You got a good gamma in there. Thoughts? Okay, so 331, right? 331 is okay. Good. It's over a month out. That's very good. So what's your implied volatility? What's your open interest? Are they high, or are they just like those options that are traps just to put you there and gain liquidity? And also, yeah, it's actually the open interest that can count here. Okay. So go ahead and just take a look at that, and let's go ahead and now just reference VS real quick. And guys, it's the VS, right? Still suggesting a bear trap, like I said in the video. This is a perfect setup for a bear trap too. You have test 1 resistance, 2, 3. We have the capitulation, right? Shorts cover. We have the resistance touch and validation of resistance. Shorts open, right? And take it to the next geometrical target, and then we move up to the upside, validate our resistance before a continuation onto the way down. It continues onto the way down, favors the bears by giving us a bearish engulfing here on the minimum 8-hour, which is very good, right? And then suggesting a downside continuation. What they are not banking on is that volatility versus momentum has just fired the signal today. This right here is the official signal for the upside, and this is the backtest, the volatility versus momentum backtest that I've actually looked over throughout the entire trading history of VS in the daily time frame. Okay, so please go ahead and notice right over here. Anytime that volatility has expanded into critical expansion, we have then started a contraction phase, right? Alongside volatility suggesting an upside. When you pair that criteria or that condition together, things happen. All right. So I took a backtest of that exact condition. And the way the backtest is done is by taking a metric of the upside thrust, versus the duration of the iteration, of course, and also the amount of times that volatility versus momentum guessed the upside correctly versus incorrectly. These are the samples for the statistics, and this is the data set. Okay, so the mean is coming out to this 34 total iterations over the span of the daily chart, entire trading history. We have an average upside accuracy of 64.70% with an upside thrust of a 94.61% over the span of about 20 and a quarter days. Applying that 94.61% move to the upside puts us where? That actually puts us right, so close to the resistance of the broadening descending wedge, located at about $1.54, right around there. Okay, so this, remember, they are statistics, they're not certainties, but the signal fired today. And this is, I'm telling you, because this is, look at it for yourself. That means go. So that, I mean, I remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets, okay? Do your own due diligence and everything will be just fine. But that statistical side, we have 64.7% chances that it will do it, right? And the averaged upside is about 100% to the upside. So, yeah, this is preparing a pretty large bear trap. And I would highly consider any short positions to exit immediately before you face any more losses, as I do see the loading zone to be right in this area here, where it's the resistance of this gap that we already closed from a while ago, located conveniently right at the 1.618. Come on, you guys, what the heck is going on? Go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and and everything will be good, right? So we have that 1.618 golden mean. This thing is bound to bounce out of there like a bat out of hell. So this is looking pretty good. Jason Barrio, we're definitely going to look at TRKA. Okay, you guys. So that was it for ticker symbol VS, and let's go ahead and now just reference the last one, which is CLNV, right? A lot of people talking about CLNV. This is the next video I released. We made the upside, still continuing on that upside that we've been talking about for weeks and weeks, right? So very good stuff. We came back to test that 0.618, very important touch, located also right near that EMA 7. Guys, this couldn't have actually played out any better, but I am still telling you that it is not done. And the reason why I can say this is because now on the daily time frame, please notice that the upside pivot is being suggested by momentum, and we are now we're about to enter, the critical volatility zone of the full expansion. Okay, I'm talking beyond the 90 percentile. This is ridiculous. Okay, so there's still upside to being suggested here on the CLNV asset, which then actually compels me to tell you that there is still that 208% move to the upside to be looked at, of which we've already fulfilled 75% of. Okay, that 200% is actually suggesting a target of about let's see, where did we apply that 208, right? So let's take it like this and go up to about 208%. Let's see. Oh my goodness, man. Very cool stuff. Look at that. Oh man, yeah, it's taking us right to 2107, right above the 3.618. It's geometric, guys. This is looking good for CLNV. I'm not even going to lie for a quick second, man. This thing is absolutely going to continue to the upside. And the good thing is here is that based on the RSI, if I remember correctly, yes, we do have the potential for a loading zone, and it could be very soon. And I would, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, it could be between the space of about 99.7, right? So 9 cents. So pretty much almost 10 cents, right? So 0997 to about 0971. Which is confluent to the bottom side of this candle here. And then the secondary area would be my preferred area and very aggressive. The 3.618 at 929. Everything rhymes with 929 here, okay, you guys? I'm not going to go over those details. Please watch the video for you to understand exactly what I mean by everything is revolving around 929, as I do release some very important information and pertinent for the reloading of this thing to continue on to the upside, thus fulfilling that 208% move to the upside, from which only 75% has been realized. Okay, you guys, super exciting times for CLNV, and this upside is actually something that we've been looking at for weeks already, guys, so you know where you heard it first. Okay, so please go ahead, hit that like button. Make sure to reserve a seat in the ARC Masters trading course, as there are now only 8 seats available from the 30 that I promoted 3 days ago, okay, you guys? So 30 seats are already down to 8 left, okay? Make sure to reserve your spot. Look at that link in the description below, and I'll catch you there, okay? So let's go ahead and finish off with CLNV here, guys. Still looking very good. Very exciting times for it. So now I want to go ahead and bring down the tunes and start getting into that actual serious. Now, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for that dono. I couldn't be more thankful to you, man. Thank you so much. That means so much to me, man. Thank you. And yeah, guys, so that was it for a crazy amount of tickers for in no time whatsoever, right? So let's see what we got here. Chat, I'm sorry, I actually haven't even looked at the chat. So yes, we're going to be looking at TRKA next, okay? But let me just go ahead and see what people are saying, okay? Oh my goodness, guys, very good to see everybody here. Kareem Decker, you're still talking about that GTII, man. I know I haven't been looking at it. Please remember, guys, that I'm still favoring the bulls here in GTII. I know for a fact that we're just looking at a small, look at this, okay, in momentum, now that I'm looking at it. Please notice the kink right here. You see that notch? It's starting to slow down that bear pressure, okay? What you must know is that we're still in that higher high, higher low formation, okay? So another thing that you could look at here is also the fact that we're literally building a bull flag. So, and I hate the freaking pattern. I hate the way it trades, and I hate the hit rate. But in this case, it may actually be very pertinent, right? As GTII still has a couple 1,000% to realize per hour analysis, okay, you guys? So definitely know that GTII has a little bit of things to resolve, but everything is starting to kind of pitch to that upside soon, okay? And I'm talking about soon. Please notice the daily RSI here suggesting a very slow downside. When you drag that into the 3-day, notice how the 3-day has that 14-day simple right below us. That means that we're going to face the gravitational zone and the 14-day simple as a support before a bounce to the upside. The 5-day is already losing that bear strength as well. This bearish little period that we're facing on GTII right now, I can tell you that it's very limited, and it could be solidified within the next maybe I would say 3, maybe 4 days max before we can actually continue on to that upside. Okay, so let me just go ahead and continue on the chat. What are you guys saying? So Leo, you're saying my open interest is low though. How low though? I want to know how low. What do you consider low? Are you talking about within like under 100 or what is it, my dude? I want to know where your open interest is for those long calls that you actually gained for, you said it was AMC, right? 650 a month out. Joe H, what's up, my dude? Good to see you. Steven, what's up, man? Love these new speed rounds, Arca. Man, I'm trying my best over here. I know there's a lot of people with a lot of requests, so I have to make sure to cover as much as I can, right? So everything is looking good for the charts, and we're going to be moving on to TRKA. Just give it just a quick sec. I want to make sure to get the answer from Leo. I want to make sure that he's doing some good moves in the market, right? Let me know, my dude. Thank you so much for those donos, by the way. I really appreciate you. So I want to make sure that I do answer that question for you, okay? I'm looking out for you, my dude. Looking out. Still waiting here. All right, so guys, actually, oh my goodness, man. I'm not going to lie for 1 second. I got to open up this window. Way too hot. The speed rounds got your boy sweating. Oh my goodness. All right, so your implied volatility, you're looking at 122, open interest is 84. Okay, so it's not super, it's not super low, but I do imagine that that open interest can actually start gaining some traction in the next day or two as the price action continues to move on to the upside. What I like is that you have a good gamma and a good delta. Okay, so, and you said it was a 650 strike, right? So 650 strike, meaning that, let's see. Oh man. You are about to gamma, bro. That's right at the 1.618. I know we have a little bit of combating here, but trust me when I say that I'm not looking at that target as the one. You're going to be running in the money potentially tomorrow, which is then going to trigger your gamma and apply it to your delta. Okay, so go ahead and add your delta plus the gamma times 100 per share. I'm sorry, per security, right? Or per options contract, damn it. And that's what you're going to be making. Okay, so if you're afraid of losing, go ahead and calculate your delta times 100 and then per options contract that you have to understand how much you're losing per day of holding it. Okay, so go ahead and know that you are going to be potentially running in the money, where then your implied volatility is going to run through the roof and then create a better open interest in it. Okay, so I expect your open interest to run into 300 tomorrow. Maybe if you do run in the money, man, you're gonna start let's see, 50, 60, 70, probably 80, yeah, probably 80 cents per share. So 80 cents times 100 times however many options contracts you have. So that's that may actually be a play, man. And do not marry. Dude, I'm going to tell you this right now, please, man. I don't want to hear you tell me that you let go. I'm sorry, that you held on. Okay? Do not marry your expiration date, okay? That you have a month out, that means that you can make any gains within that time. Okay? So go ahead and just make sure to take the profits when they are there. All right? Because you may actually see this thing run to the upside tomorrow, and then you're just gonna be like, damn, all of these options contracts, man, start liquidating one by one, or whatever, 2 by 2, however many you have, I don't know. But go ahead and start removing. First area you want to remove, 10% up, okay? When you're 10% up and you have 10 contracts, remove 2. When you're 20% or 15% up, remove another 2, all right? When you're then 30%, remove another 2, all right? And then as soon as you start to get into that 8 from the 10 that you have, make those 2 the runners, okay? See how far you can take the price action to. And that's how you can guarantee your entry and your take profit for this whole thing, okay? So please, no, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, all right, you guys? If you are new to the chat, make sure to hit 200 calls, bro. Okay, so you understand what I'm talking about, man. So all right, you spent a pretty penny on that. I would suggest taking profit as soon as you can, okay? Because remember, whatever is going to happen within this reverse split, or whatever is happening within AMC, you don't want to hold those contracts when they do, if they do announce that thing that's going to happen. I think it's actually Adam Aaron's ridiculous ass. That's I think he has them under his payroll. I forgot their name, whatever, man, but just, you don't want to hold them to that point, okay? So go ahead and take your profits when they're there, reload, go back in, man, trade the ranges. That's the best way to do things, okay? Do not marry them. Who cares? All right, so guys, please remember that there are only 8 seats left in the ARC Master Trading course, okay, of the 30 that I presented just 3 days ago. Refer to the link in the description below so that you can reserve your seat now. We're going to be going over the very beginner topics all the way to advanced trading and mathematical applications. Okay, so please go ahead, reserve that seat now before it's too late, guys. Let's go ahead and now refer to ticker symbol TRKA and see what it's got in line for us. Okay, so I actually don't even know where I have it. There it is. Good stuff. So I actually remember that I was talking to you guys about the entry, right? So please, let's revise what we were talking about, okay? I'm telling you guys that this, you don't want to chase it at first, because this thing's going to rocket ship to the top and then it's going to come back down. Okay, so yes, it did. So it rocket shipped to the top and it came back down to right where we started. Even though everybody was telling me, Arca, Germany is already at this level. It's already at this level. I kept on saying, guys, it's going to balance out. Don't worry. It's going to balance out. It usually does. The American markets trade the American markets, okay? We're not keeping into consideration what they're doing over there. If we see bearish divergence here on the daily, but they just invalidated that, we still see it, all right? So it's going to play. So, all right? So just go ahead and know that these plays play a certain role and they play a certain way because they do. Okay, we are here in the US. This is how it goes. Okay, you guys. So yes, we were suggesting the potential of the entry, and I gave you guys the entry of a FOMO entry, which I will not participate on. Remember, I gave you this one right here at 24.89, which could be that FOMO entry, and I told you my area and entry is right down here, starting at about 23.99 or 24 cents dead on, right? So the candle actually reverted to a low of where? Go ahead and notice right over here on the L. Let me hover over the candle. You see that? 24 flat. Guys, come on. Okay, so please go ahead. I'm going to highlight this right over here and take a look at your targets, okay? You're looking at about 24 cents, 23.97. Man. All right, so then it actually made that thrust, and it actually made an upside, right? You could have swung that. We could have swung this and then take profits and then come back down. The entry for the FOMO is now here again. What are we going to do as far as RSI though? This is still in play. And I actually did remind you guys that this is still, remember, this is a bearish formation that we're currently breaking out of. Okay, so we need to make sure that we can validate this and keep this support before the upside. Okay, this is a broadening ascending wedge. We don't want to mess with that. Okay, but the signs of the bear traps are absolutely everywhere. And I would really be careful if you're short this stock. Why I'm saying this is because as soon as you start moving aside from 3 resistance touches of the resistance of the wedge, that's when things start to get a little sketchy. Look at this. Test 1, 2, 3, bear trap, and then we have 4, bear trap. We regained the wedge, and now here we knew that we were going to face the resistance right up here. We already knew that the 2.618 was going to be an area to take profit or whatever. Okay, so it happened. It definitely did, and we now are at the downside. Okay, the play is happening just the way we thought. Okay, so what could happen next is the fact that we may come back down to validate still the not 382 at about 2361 before continuing on to the upside. But let's go ahead and see what's going on in volatility first. Okay, so I want to reference daily volatility. I want to see everything here. Okay, even the 8 hour, the whole thing. Let's just get creative here and see what's happening. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we have critical volatility on that 4 hour. Okay, so now we're starting to contract on the 4 hour. So this is already, and please notice here that the bears are already losing a little bit of strength on this 4 hour time period. I wouldn't suggest getting short this stock just yet as it's setting up a bear trap. Okay, so let's go ahead and now take a look at the immediate short-term time frame. Let's see what the RSI has to say. All right, so the immediate short term is already in critical volatility at the 15th percentile of volatility, and we're suggesting already a bounce from that 14-day simple, suggesting an upside. Very, very cool. Now let's go to the buy hourly and see what it's got. So the buy hourly is actually suggesting some sideways trading. It's literally bouncing in and out of this area right here. It's literally doing this. And why it's doing that is because it's in that validation period of the broadening ascending wedges support bottom. Okay, this is very similar to what's happening with AMC. AMC literally did that. Go to the 8 hour chart in that ascending channel and take a look at this. Just 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour, and then boom, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm literally thinking that this is what's happening here. Okay, we regained the inside. Not a good thing for the short sellers when you regain a bearish formation. Okay, so the bearish formation, aside from the fact that you're already at 4 tests of the resistance, that's not good. Not good. This is insinuating that there will be a 5th test of the resistance. Man, that'll put the shorts in a huge negative position. You know, I'm very clear, and I am also short biased. So I've been trading short and long so that I can understand how shorts play and how longs play so that I can make the moves up and down. Okay, you guys. So in this case, it looks like it's preparing for that bear trap. I'm not gonna say any more about that. It's just it's insinuating what it's insinuating. Okay, still consolidation on that 6 hour. Let's go to the 12 hour. 12 hour is, man, losing all that bear strength right over here. We're still within the bull weakness percentile here. Guys, this is not suggesting capitulation, okay? This is suggesting downside, but please remember, it's in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, which would essentially pull us back up. Man, and this can also be the regaining of the inside, of the upside of the 14-day simple, which could very well be a support touch before a continuation. Let's see the buy daily. Buy daily, here it is. This is the bear trap right here, guys. Please go ahead and notice the limited area that we have from that RSI signal to that 14-day simple. This is literally it right here. So why it's very important? It's because that 14-day simple is eventually going to meet us right in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness, and then it's going to send us to the upside just like it's been doing. This is it. And this is literally saying if no one is paying attention to that buy daily, then this is you're not in a good place. Okay, so look at the buy daily. Take a look at what's been happening with, ever since December 2022, we've been upside and guiding on the way up. Do not fall for the bear trap. The longs are planning something here. Okay, this is very clear and very apparent. I would have already closed my short position and start getting long, accumulating this, because this is essentially going to make a lot of people look bad. This has a bounce ready. Be careful. I am being very clear here. I don't want, guys, remember, I'm short bias and long bias, okay? I protect the longs because you guys are the ones who are more, I'd say, a little green at trading, right? But I always say when it's going to go down and when it's going to go up, I do not care. The charts say what they're going to say, and I'm going to say that. Okay, so in this case, this is not favoring the bears. And if there is going to be a loading zone, I'm going to give you that zone one more time. $23.99 or 24 cents dead on, followed by a potential drop to $22.81 before a continuation onto the upside, fulfilling that bear trap. That is it for TRKA, you guys. Good stuff on there. Let's go ahead and now move on to ticker symbol. I already looked at VS, so we're good. So let's go ahead and now look at OCUL, as it is one of the tickers that were that were actually recommended in the ticker picker of the Discord Arca Bulls page, right? So please go ahead and refer to those links in the description below for you to join the Arca Bulls trading community, as you will be able to access that early ticker picker channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and now move on to that, as I did have it already prepared for us to see. Okay, so please notice that we're going to be going to FFIE right after this, and then NKLA. All right, you guys, moderator Cal L actually just posted that Discord link right in the chat. Okay, you guys, go ahead and refer to that if you do wish to join the Arca Bulls trading community, right? Da Vinci Realty, what you saying, man? What's a good interest to look for? An open interest, man, I usually stick to things around above 200. I like to see things around 300% or 400, even 600, right? But around there, you just don't want that thing to be like 5. You know, it gets dangerous when it's there, because it shows that nobody really has interest in that. It really means the interest, like who's interested in it, right? So the percentage that is being displayed is, well, out of the people who are trading this, it looks like there's this percentage of people who are interested in it. So then when it starts to get above the 100%, it means that there are new buyers entering and gaining more and more of that contract, thus increasing the open interest into beyond the 100% zone. So it's interesting to look at those things, right? It does play a psychological component with that as well. Straight Cash, homie, you're talking, will you do another class? That is actually still in the talks, and it may be. I gotta give you a huge maybe on this. Okay, there may be the possibility to where I reopen membership, and I'm not convinced on this because I may have to extend the already existing 30 members. Well, I mean, there's 22 already, but I'm talking about the existing member. The first class would actually have to probably be split into 2 days. And I'm talking about the same lecture, 2 different days, in order for me to meet the requirements of all these people all around the world, right? So there's people in Central Time, there's people in Eastern Time and Pacific. So I have to keep in mind what that is. And some of those times really do not go with each other. So I'm trying to create a potential Saturday or Sunday around 1 p.m. ish, right? So we haven't decided that just yet. But if it does extend to where I have to split the classes into split the people for the first class into two separate sessions, then I would not be able to create the second one, right? So know for a fact that it is in the talks, but it's not confirmed, and I'm not really announcing that yet. Okay, so there are 8 seats available on that master class, the ARC trading course, right? So please go ahead and refer to that link in the description below for you to solidify that seat. So now, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol OCUL and see what it's got for us. Okay, so on the daily time frame right away, I want to show you guys that we are looking at a broadening descending wedge, of course, right? So this dam formation is always the thing that tends to play out. Thank you so much, Mark, for all that information that you're providing for the community here. Go ahead and refer to Mark's comments or the chats, right, that he's putting up as it pertains to the ticker in a fundamental perspective. Thank you, Mark. So go ahead and notice that we have test number 1, 2, we have test number 3 of the resistance, and now breaking out on that true breakout test number 4. Okay, so what could be happening for the price action now for OCUL? I'm not sure, but we can find out, right? So let's go ahead and reference our moving averages first. Okay, let's see where we are in the daily time frame and see if we've made some important moves. Please go ahead and notice that the SMA 200 is way below us, suggesting that this is in a bullish trend reversal formation, right? So of course, it is the broadening descending wedge that presents the change of direction for the asset in general. Okay, you guys, so if we are able to retrace to an area, I'm going to get a little more surgical with this and apply the 7-period and 30-period exponential moving average. Please go ahead and notice that we're already using that as a form of support before continuing on to the upside, okay? Good stuff, good stuff. Know for a fact that we still have the SMA 10 located at 531 right at the opening of this candle right here, okay? So that is also a relevant area in the event to where we do pull back. Let's validate to see if we can pull back or continue on to that upside. 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, ticker symbol OCUL, is suggesting a little bit of a pullback, which is already in accordance to what we're talking about, right? But in this case, guys, we have all these moving average right below us, which could actually serve as relevant areas of support. And it looks like we're using that 14-day simple as more of a guide than we are using it as a support zone. So if this is the case and we are using it as a support zone, please notice that your RSI signal is sitting right within that gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, which would essentially suggest an upside, right? So in this case, if we are going to face a little bit of a downside here, then we could correlate that to the SMA 10 30-minute at about 598. Worst case scenario, we can actually face the 30-day exponential moving average and the 50-day exponential moving average correlation here at about 593, the same level we were talking about in the higher term time frame. Let's go ahead and now refer to the bi-hourly and get our final perspective on this, right? So let's see. So this is already making a very bullish cross on the bi-hourly. Take a look at the let me just get this out of the way. Sorry about that. So please go ahead and take a look at that RSI signal moving upside that 14-day simple moving average and suggesting an upside even still. Good stuff. Let's go to the 6-hour and just get the final thing on this thing. Please go ahead and notice that this is still an upside continuation. It looks to be a little limited, which, by the way, could very much well be in line with that $6.43 zone, of which we can face a resistance and come back to test our current highs or just above, right? So let's continue. Let's see what we got, though. Okay, 12-hour time frame suggesting a limited upside as well, which could land us right at about 620. Hold on. I'll tell you guys what I'm thinking. The daily RSI is actually pressuring that 14-day simple. Okay, and we are in the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile, so this is likely to continue on to the upside. And the bi-daily, all right, so it just pivoted towards the upside, is suggesting a continuation of it. Okay, and then the 3-day shows a limited downside. Why? Let's see. 5-day corrective and weekly up. No? Okay, then corrective. Okay, so consolidation. Nice. All right, so yeah, we have some limited upside to look into here, guys. That means that OCUL could potentially be topping out at that 649 level. If not, I'm going to give you a couple. I'm going to give you a couple resistances. Let's just take our swing high to the swing low fib and see what we got. Okay, so if we're looking at a top side target, I'm going to give you the range of this 1.618 located right to this open, the closing of this candle here. So 630, but we'll adjust it to about 627, right? So 627 would be an area of immediate interest, right? So if we are going to continue to the upside, it would potentially be to top out at the 653, 2.272, and then it would face maybe a wick to that 665 before actually capitulating. Okay, so this is still suggesting upside, but it's overextended by every means. So it's suggesting a little bit of weakness. Why? Because it could be playing the trading rules or the playbook rules of this broadening descending wedge, and those are upon the breakout of test number 4, there is usually, or we could look into the possibility of coming right back down to that 479 area to validate our newly converted resistance into a support before a continuation onto the upside. Definitely know that I'm looking at an overall target for this of about, remember, per the playbook rules, at about 794, but I think that's going to be contingent upon failure of this 653 level before coming back down and eventually testing the daily 30-day exponential moving average. Let me just make sure that it is the 30 or not the, yeah, it is the 30. So eventually coming back down to test the 30-day exponential moving average alongside that newly converted resistance into support before a continuation onto the upside, okay? Very limited upside, and that's it. Chat, let's go ahead and now grade this for the longs. What are we looking for the longs on this one? D- being your max loss, D+ being your break even, okay? So D- to A+. What are we rating this ticker for the longs? What is it, my guys? Let's go ahead and rate it right now. So we do have limited upside before a potential crash, right? And it would essentially ladder until the point we can touch that 470 over the span of maybe the next week or the next day. Indra H giving me a long rating for, let's see, a C, right? Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I mean, I honestly have to be very honest with you. I'm also looking at a potential C, a solid C at this rating here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and note it down right now so that we can move on to the next ticker, right? So we have a solid C for the long rating here. Good stuff, guys. Really love it. All right, let me make sure to put it down on my notes as well so that we can have some, verification here. So Beso Amy, I hope you're paying attention. Let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker, and this is going to be ticker symbol FFIE. Okay, so that is still something that I have loaded up right over here. Let me make sure that I can actually adjust my RSIs first, because I hate when I don't have the things prepared, right? We just had to release those videos of AMC, CLNV, and VS before we started the live stream. So go ahead and refer to those videos if you are curious as to what could be happening with CLNV, AMC, and ticker symbol VS in a more detailed perspective. Okay, you guys? Now, let's go ahead and start the analysis off with ticker symbol FFIE. Okay, you guys? WV, I actually covered it just a little bit earlier, and I think, man, I can't tell you exactly what time I looked at it, to be honest, but I did talk about GTII, and I'm also going to be releasing GTII and CRTD videos potentially tomorrow. Okay, so go ahead and keep an eye out for that. All right, my dudes. So, guys, let's go ahead and now refer to ticker symbol FFIE and start it right now. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and notice that we are within that demand zone that we've been talking about, right? Also, important thing to notice is on the daily time frame, historically speaking, when we do cross the the EMA 50 over the 20 EMA, this is usually a pretty macro bullish signal. Of course, there's going to be downsides and upsides to be looked at within this type of cross. It's a moving average cross, I get it, but this is called a silver cross, and it does play a pretty important role, okay? So, we are facing the resistance. Please notice the relevance of this 50-day exponential moving average. Go ahead and notice that we're using it as a resistance right now. Okay, so, and we are using the resistance of that 20 EMA as well. See, so these are very pertinent moving averages of which you would also learn in the ARC Masters trading course. We are still within an area of demand. Know for a fact that if this thing continues to the downside, I am still looking at the bottom side target. I'm going to honor it still of 52.90 before a continuation onto the upside. And what would happen if that happens? Well, to be very honest with you, it would just be another higher low. And why is that possible? Well, because we could be in the building blocks of an ascending channel, right? So it could very well be just like this here. Okay, you guys, so there is a lot of relevance here. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to connect it just yet, as I don't see it, but this could be it right here. Okay, so this range is essentially suggesting that we could come right back down to that 52.78 cents zone. Okay, so it's in line with this touch right over here. Okay, so go ahead and please remember to note that target down. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the chart and see what we got. We have now on the FFIE the same broadening descending wedge that we took a look at. Okay, we did break out on that test number 4. We already met the target of that broadening ascending wedge, and then started the capitulation period. Okay, that doesn't mean it's over. It just means that the play played out just like the way we've been looking at forever ago. Okay, so good stuff on this area here. So now from the contraction zone, okay, which by the way could very well be fired soon here. So out of a total 4 iterations on FFIE throughout the entire trading history of it in the 12-hour chart, we have 4 out of 4 that were guessed correctly to the upside regarding volatility versus momentum. So in this case, I'm talking about when we start an expansion phase beyond and crossing beyond the 15 percentile of volatility, meaning both the moving average and this the volatility component, which is actually this spectrum line. So when we have both of the averages pitched to the upside and beyond that 15 percentile, alongside an upside suggestion from momentum, we can make a move of about 69.21% to the upside based on that condition. Okay, so it looks like it's about to do it, and it's very close to it. Okay, so this is now on, and it would be over the span of about 4.25 days. So it would be kind of a fast living upside, and then it would actually then either come back down and test the 200-day exponential moving average on that 12-hour, simple moving average, and then we could actually move onwards and upwards, right? So this signal is about to get fired. So please go ahead and notice that we still have the moving average below the 15 percentile. So we need the moving average and that volatility component beyond the 15 percentile and pitch to the upside, as well as the momentum oscillator. Okay, so this, I wouldn't trust this. Remember, guys, this looks like it's about to correct and it's going to go up to the upside, right? So this is suggesting some pretty interesting things coming up, right? So 69% move can actually take us right to the 2.618 of 99 cents, pretty much a buck, right, you guys? So go ahead and like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel and everything will be good. Johnny Barnes coming up in the chat. What is up, guys? So that is gonna do it for, I'm gonna hold on, Johnny, just a sec. Let's go ahead and rate it for the longs right now, guys. FFIE, what are we rating this for the longs? So we are looking at the potential of a reversal soon-ish, right? But if we're gonna see a downside, it may actually just be in the immediate short-term time frame. Take a look at that 5-day, suggesting a limited downside before that upside. Okay, so Mark Roach giving this a C+ already. The, let's see, 6-hour time frame is about to cross to the upside. Guys, this is still pretty bullish. And I'm not gonna lie for 1 second. Yeah, some things could actually be lining up, and it could be caught early-ish right now. Buy daily, losing that bear strength right now. It's literally curving out of the way. Okay, so this is good stuff. Remember, I'm practicing it in a very discretionary manner here, you guys. Please go ahead and take a look at your daily, that it's actually now starting to consolidate and would essentially balance out that moving average. So I'm thinking that FFIE is preparing itself for another 70% move to the upside. Remember, about a buck or 99 cents. So let's see, Mark Roach, C+, Indra H giving it a B-. Very interesting ratings here, you guys. And to tell you the very honest truth, I think I would actually have to give this myself a C+ rating for the longs, as this is not bad whatsoever and still suggesting that upside coming in. So if the aggressive buyer sees the opportunity, then it would be somewhere around now, if not right at the SMA 100 at about 59.09. Okay, that would be essentially that loading zone before a continuation onto the upside. You can see it in the price action too. You can see that the bears are losing that strength little by little, so it's literally curving out of the way. It's about to find something. Another thing we can look at is as well the moving averages here. So go ahead and notice that the SMA 10 is about to start to touch that SMA 100, which in fact could actually serve as a support and then continuation onto the upside. Very interesting things here, okay, you guys? So yeah, that is going to do it for ticker symbol FFIE. Good stuff. I love the way things are moving. So let me just go ahead and make it a note over here for us to consider, right? So the long rating for FFIE was what? A C+ is what I gave it, all right? So let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker for my boy Abner Cruz. That's going to be ticker symbol NKLA. So let's go ahead and see what it's got. I remember we actually ran a back test on that one, and I'm not sure if it actually realized that move or not, but we're about to find out right now. So let's go ahead and now move on to that ticker symbol NKLA. So regarding a volatility versus momentum back test, okay, so this is essentially what we were looking for. We need both of the volatility component And let me just move this out of the way because this is what I mean, ever since we were right over here, we were really contracted. I was already looking at the potential of a reversal coming in. We looked at this when this was February 15th, Wednesday. Okay. So it looks like it's already playing that. Okay. But it's not quite ready just yet. The good thing is that you can start to see the loss of strength from the bears coming in now with these kinks, right? You can see the kinks starting to happen on that upper term 14-day simple moving average of the stochastic momentum oscillator. Okay, so this is looking like it's about to prepare the launch. We need both of the averages from the stochastic momentum pivoted towards the upside alongside volatility, the component and the moving average beyond the 15th percentile and pitch to the upside as well. Okay, as long as we do meet that criteria, then we can make an upside continuation on this ticker. And what is that condition backtest that we're talking about? Well, anytime that we have contracted, I have taken note of that. Let's see, it was in the daily time frame. So let's just go ahead and move on to the daily and explain to you exactly what happened here. Okay, go ahead and notice, man, we're still pivoted towards the upside. We were already looking at the potential upside, right? So we have a downside continuation here on the daily, but it looks to be corrective. So, and it very much could be something along the lines of this. So still suggesting an upside, huge regression here. So let's see if we can actually continue on that because it looks like it may actually be repeating it again. What? Let me see here. Interesting. Very cute. Oh, wow. All right, take a look at that. So yeah, we are actually making pretty nice touches of regression here. Yeah, this is absolutely following some very rare movement. So volatility is actually now starting to expand. So based on this backtest, which is actually throughout the entire trading history of the asset on the daily time frame, anytime that we have contracted into critical volatility and we started the expansion phase to the upside alongside momentum suggesting that upside, we have noticed 19 iterations, of which 13 were guessed correctly to the upside, giving us an average upside accuracy of 68.42%. with an average upside thrust of about 23.35% over the span of just under 18 days. Okay, so the signal is not fired yet, and it may actually potentially find that floor very soon. Okay, so I think this thing has actually just been consolidating. Oh, check this out. Going right back in to our targets from the 15th of February. We're on the 22nd now. I was already telling you guys that we were looking at a potential bounce from the 1.618 at 227, of which happened, and it happened today. So it's been days since I've seen this, and it actually did play out pretty nicely. It very well could be that reversal point, but the secondary reversal point I had was a 2.272 and a 2.618, 207 to 214. Let's verify with RSI. Let's see what it's got for us. Starting from the immediate short-term time frame, 30-minute. Let's just make this a little bit brighter. It's just I'm developing the new RSI, right, for the, I'm actually going to surprise some people. All right, so this is the RSI in the 30-minute suggesting already a massive upside. We have momentum suggesting an upside as well, and already reversing from critical volatility in the 30-minute. This is suggesting an upside already. So let's go ahead and move on to that buy daily and see what it's got going for us. Upside in momentum, upside in RSI as well. Please notice that we're crossing that 14-day simple to the upside. So this is very much actually going to suggest a pretty violent move to the upside and actually reversing from critical volatility. So this is not bad, and it looks like it's gonna potentially do it soon, right? So we have an upside suggestion also in that 6 hour. It could be limited to that 14-day simple, which could very much be correlated to a few targets in price action, which could be at that 0.618 at about $2.47. Let's just go ahead and make sure that we do have some SMAs located in this so that we can see the potentials. Okay, so that 0.618 would actually be in line with the SMA 100 and also right with that SMA 200. So within the golden pocket, 247 to about 249, right? Let's go to the 12 hour and see what it's got. 12 hour has an upside suggestion as well. Okay, so it's a little pivot. I don't like those, but it is in the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile, which would essentially mean that we're about to get pulled into the bear weakness percentile upwards, right? In this case, please notice that the RSI is suggesting sideways trading, which is likely and very much how can I say this? Manipulatable. Manipulatable. So I'm trying to say that this can actually be affected by the RSI signal, suggesting an upside, and price action suggesting that upside as well. Very good stuff here, okay? So let's go to that buy daily actually and see what the buy daily and daily are saying. So buy daily and daily are suggesting a downside, which could very well be in line of facing a resistance from the top side at this case. Actually, you know what? Let me put that EMA7 in there just in case. Where is it? Right. Let's load it up. I want to be a little more surgical with the target to see if I can get a little closer. There we go. So right at that 247, like we were talking about at the 0.618 is the EMA7. Very likely we can actually face that upside, if not all the way to the $2.52 before actually coming back down and validating the 1.272 as a support before a continuation onto the upside. What that is saying is that we're actually in the validation process of creating an ascending channel. Okay, so why am I saying this? Well, the price action and the momentum is suggesting that. So we are already facing some pretty confluent touches here. So go ahead and notice this right over here. So it looks like it may be this, it may be let's see. I'll go ahead and favor it for you guys. And actually I think it's this one right over here, and it looks like it's starting right back here. So there we go. So everything is now lining up. We have the first touch and second touch, the resistance touch right over here. So it looks like we're trading a range right now. Okay, so I mean, now that you know the range, you can essentially see what those potentials are, right? So in this case, you know, we actually made an upside move here in this buy daily, and then we failed it, right? So it's very similar to what could be happening here, and then we can continue on to the upside. So yeah, this is looking not bad whatsoever. I think that we would have to practice some patience with this one right over here, okay? So Cal-L, I'm not sure if you're laughing at me, my boy, but what did I say that was super funny? I'm curious right now if I actually stumbled upon some ridiculous thing, or I said on autopilot some weird word. Please let me know in the chat what I said. All right, so we were able to see that downside as well from that buy daily shooting star printing right over here. This is how we were able to see that, you know, these targets could actually be pertinent, right? So good stuff for NKLA. Remember, guys, loading zone could be at that 227, followed by a continuation onto the upside. I would say the top side of about 247 to about 253 before facing a rejection, and then start validating this as a form of support before a continuation onto the upside. We still have to, I spoke Biden, I was like, oh man. Sorry about that, you guys. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for a ticker symbol NKLA. Let's go ahead and rate it for the longs. Chat, go ahead and dive in. We are looking at a D- max loss, and your D+ would essentially be your break even. Beso Amy, what is it going to be rated for the longs? Oh my goodness. I said manipulatable. Is it manipulable? Is it? No, that sounds wrong. Is it even a word? Guys, I'm making things up over here. Don't even get me started, boys and girls. So go ahead and dive in. What are you guys rating this for the longs, you guys? I honestly think that there could be a very short-term opportunity, right? Beso Amy giving this a C-. You guys caught me slipping. And it usually does happen like that, man. My goodness. Guys, we are roaring through these freaking tickers today, aren't we? We are roaring like the 20s. No, we don't want to say that. We don't want to say we're roaring like the 20s. Why? Because there was a huge depression in the 20s, right? We don't want to talk about that ever. Which, by the way, it's very confluent with the huge 6-month with the literally 6-month bearish engulfing candles that formed in November 2021. So that literally what happened in 1929 and in 1954 and in 1973 and in 1999. Man, we don't want to go there. All right, you guys. So let's go. Yeah, guys, look at this. Mark Roach giving it a D. I don't like the company. The way you managed to say it was correct. Okay, so Samantha H, I actually trust her with these types of things, and also Cal L, right? He's very, these guys' grammar is crazy. So I'm talking about manipulatable. So it's a very little. So there's so many like tongue twisters there that it would just, it's so hard to say it. I wish there was just another another word for that, manipulatable. Because like, where's the stress on that? So A divided, what? Basil Amy getting all too crazy up in here. Guys, go ahead and take a look at Mark Roach giving it a D. So this is for now, guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give this one a C- because the statistical upside could play out, right? But there is risk, low portfolio bet, right? But, and a very short term play. Grimoire. So I'm going to go ahead and now note this as a long rating. As a C-. All right, so good stuff, good stuff. Very, very much enjoying tonight's stream, you guys. Please make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Oh, David Parr also with Roach. Oh my goodness. So Mark, actually, I was gonna ask you, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Roche, like S-H-E, or is it for real like Roach? Right, because I think I saw it spelt different somewhere else. I think I saw an E there, and I couldn't tell if it was Roche or if it was Roche, right? But is that German? And I'm actually asking you it genuinely, right? So, Mark Roche saying I'm watching the Nicholas story on CNBC2 right now, scam story. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a hound. Yeah, could it be Roka? Yeah, man. What? Hound getting all crazy linguistic up in here, man. Don't get biblical with me. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker and see what we got. All right. So that was it for, yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't remember what I actually rated FFIE, but I can always go back to it, right? So that was it for ticker symbol NKLA. Let's go ahead and now move on to ticker symbol GNPX. Right? I think that's what it is. So Indra saying no, it's not German. You think so? Mark. So it's Scottish, mother side, and father side Italian, Irish. Oh, so like the bug. Okay, gotcha. I was super curious over that. I didn't want to like just be saying your name wrong. I butcher names a lot, and a lot of people take that like as a kind of an offense when I don't mean that, right? I'm just trying to push along faster and faster. All right, so please, I was just gonna express my apologies to you if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Moderator Mark Roach, I love you, dude. So let's go ahead and now move on to that ticker GN. I wonder if you meant XP, but let's go ahead and load GNPX, right? So I don't think I actually have that, and I'm curious to see if I've seen. No, I haven't. All right, so let's go ahead and start a new chart on it and move on with the analysis here, right? So let's see what we got. Ticker symbol NKLA is not the one, of course. So GNPX. All right. So Genprex Inc. is a NASDAQ ticker. Good stuff. All right. I can already see the descending channel, and this is in the macro preparing. This is preparing a macro reversal. Okay. So, but where are we in that reversal, though? So let's speculate. Let's see what we got. This looks a little FOMO-y, and I almost want to validate it with this touch instead. But let me see how it lines up from here anyway, right? So as it is pretty nice, the angle, I mean, right? So yeah, actually, yeah, I actually do think it is like that. So yeah, so it looks like we're definitely riding a macro time frame. Descending channel here, which usually, if you're not familiar with these descending channels, this is it presents the potential of a reversal. I'm talking about a macro reversal, especially on a buy daily, right? So yeah, in this case, let me see. Test number 1, 2. No, we don't want to do that. Are we serious? Is that for real the case? Let's see. If that's the case, guys, this is in danger. Let's see. Let me just I'm going to be really surgical now with this because I know that there's a lot of people long this right now. I'm not sure where this ticker came from. Abner Cruz, if you're still in the chat, please let me know where this ticker came from, because I want to know if this was actually just a liquidity run or if this is going to be a huge trap, because it may actually be a big ass trap. No way. Okay, guys, I'm worried about this because this was a huge fake out right here. This could be presenting a doubt here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we have test number 1, 2, failed attempt, and test number 3. And if you've been around my channel long enough, you'll know that test 3 actually suggests a continuation to the way down, and it would be the largest continuation to the way down. So, and another thing is that it's presenting not only the fact that it has test number 1, 2, and some people thinking this is 3 and this is 4, so we just reject it so that we can reaccumulate to break out. This may be a bull trap. Okay, we're gonna validate this, but this is a bull trap based on just raw data. Okay, we're just on raw data. I'm talking about raw price action here. Okay, check this out. So this may be a bull trap, and the bears are preparing something. Hold on. So test number 1, 2, failed attempt that people could be looking at as test number 3. So that we're thinking that we're gonna move to the upside, cup and handle, right? But failed attempt. So this looks like a huge bull trap, and this actually may be in the process of starting that downside continuation right now. But I don't take that as just well, Cal L, you're talking about 4th attempt, yes or no? So no, because this candle here is the breakout, right? And then this candle here is the continuation to the downside. So this is not a second. Remember that your red candles open from the top, your green candles open from the bottom. Okay, so if you can see the valuations of the candle right up here in the O, go ahead and take a look at this candle. See, it's opening at 251 right up here. So it's actually opening from the continuation of this buy daily candle. So this is not considered a test. So those are things that you're gonna learn in the Arca Masters Trading course. Okay, lots of trickery here. Okay, you guys. So this is preparing a potential liquidity trap here. Okay, so I'm expressing it to you without noticing momentum. I'm not putting into any regard volatility or moving averages, nothing. Okay, I'm just basing it off just the way the price action looks and the way the tests of the trend are looking. We're gonna validate this now. Okay, so let's see. Let's just see, because I may very well be wrong. I'm just giving you my first thoughts, because that's how I like people to look at it first. Don't take the easy route. Just make sure to look at it in a very discretionary manner. My style, right? It's just you can gain inspiration from it. Okay, so in my style, discretionary first, systematic later. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at momentum now. So we're gonna obviously start this off from the immediate short-term time frame. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this 30-minute and see what it's got for us. Okay, 30-minute is showing a little bit of weakness here. Remember to always consider where your RSI signal is located. Okay, so it's very close. It's not there yet. It's very close. I'm talking about 0.30% away from the gravitational zone, which would essentially pressure us to the downside. Next hint, we are below the 14-day simple moving average. It's already bearish. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the buy hourly and see what we got. Buy hourly has now crossed below the 14-day simple, and now we're starting to see the curvature. Go ahead and notice that. Okay, please notice the curvature starting to actually diminish on that moving average. Okay, so there is the possibility of losing some strength right here from the bulls. Okay, let's continue. Let's see the 6 hour. So the 6 hour time frame now is about to face, well, it did cross today. Today it crossed below that 14-day simple, and it's about to face resistance from that 14-day simple. It's still a little bit consolidation in regards to what's happening here, right? But we have that as resistance that would essentially pressure us to the downside. Hold on. Okay. This is a little bearish in my opinion. A short-term bullish. And why am I saying it like that? Well, when we have the 14-day simple below us and we're in that gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, yes, we can be gravitated towards the upside, but since we don't have the moving average as resistance here, we can continue. In this case, we have the resistance from the 14-day simple and the gravitational zone. So this would essentially face a resistance touch if we do get gravitated into there, which would essentially create, in a 12-hour time frame, the bull trap and then suggest that downside. Okay, let's go to the daily and see what we got. The daily, there it is. Okay, so the daily is suggesting the downside, okay, and pretty aggressively here. It already used the 14-day simple and the gravitational zone as that resistance and now suggesting a nosedive. Let's go to the buy daily and see what we got. Buy daily is suggesting a short-term downside. Hold on, and I will see why that is. Okay, 3-day time frame suggesting a short-term downside as well, but 3-day time frame short-term downside could literally be to 128 from 164. So be very careful. Hold on. All right, so yes, so this thing is not, it's not going to capitulate, but we are essentially looking at a downside here. Oh my goodness, man, don't tell me that. Okay, so it's consolidation actually. Never mind. All right, so yeah. We're looking at a downside here, and I'm going to give you a range of areas to consider, okay? So Abner Cruz, I hope you're asleep and not in here, right? So in this case, we're going to use the 12-hour time frame instead and catch the overall, let's see. So this was 22, 21 and 21. This one, yeah, we can use this one here. So yeah, and also the size of the candle here on the 12-hour has a lot to do with the short Fibonacci ratio that we're going to get, which means it's a limited downside. So just like this, you see how it doesn't extend all the way to the freaking, you know, all the way to hell, right? So right over here, we can start to see some confluent targets. Please notice the top side of this gap, okay? Always remember, keep your gaps in for future play. We have not filled it, okay? We have not filled it. So let's go ahead and touch bases on this. This could very well likely be the bottom side, okay? So I'm talking about 157 at the 2.618, located conveniently right at that golden mean, right? Interesting. We have another gap right over here, but I think we already used that, okay? So in this case, if we are going to consider this, this is absolutely relevant as well, and I'll show you why. Take into consideration this gap too, okay? So let's just go ahead and draw it in. And then notice where the fibs are landing. Please notice that the bottom side of this gap here is landing right at the 2.272 at 159. So we can actually adjust that to, yeah, it's actually 159 everywhere. Even here, 160 to 159 could be the first area, which is also confluent with us finding that short-term upside. Let's see which one that we said that we're going to face. I think it was the 6 or the 8 hour. Let me see where it was. 4 hour. Where was it? I forgot where it was, guys. All those short-term upsides, right? I think it was the 6 hour or the 8 hour. Sorry. What the freaking hell? Here it is. Okay, so yeah, the 6 hour suggesting that resistance coming up, right? So if we're gonna face that resistance, very well, we can actually see a touch of the 0.618, 169, and then we could actually face the downside here. Okay, so the 6 hour time frame would be responsible for that, and it looks like it could be trading in that. So who knows? It's just the way the price action is kind of landing. Now jumping into the next day, maybe Wednesday. I'm sorry, what day are we in right now? Wednesday, right? So maybe Friday. Potentially Friday. Yeah, I would say about Friday. If not by the end of the session tomorrow, we can actually touch down at the lower end of these targets. So I would honestly prefer the buy daily gap to be used. And in my own bias here, guys, please remember. It really doesn't matter the time frame. I'm just talking about the 157 target could be faced on end of day tomorrow or Friday before a bounce, and then it's actually going to suggest to actually break out of this on test number 4. So if we have the valid test number 3, we'll come back, reaccumulate, and test number 4 may actually be that, but it's still a couple days away from actually making that move. So GNPX, this was a very, very complex ticker, but it's still suggesting that upside, and I'm not sure about favoring the cup, right? Because if you did favor the cup, this would be a massive target. So, of which we would actually have. I mean, we can just see. Let's just speculate, right? Let's just speculate. Let me take this would, yeah, from the opening of this candle here, and we can see the wick high of this candle, the opening of this one here. That would be how we would gather the price objective for the cup and handle, right? So in this case, we can actually take it from that top of the cup to the bottom, right? And then we apply it to the top of the handle from that area where we were looking at, right? So we're suggesting a topside target of about 241. So in this case, now we actually can take the long fib, and this may actually be right swing low to the swing high of the range, and suggesting a touch of the 3.272 at 240, dead on. Okay, so which means that a wick potential to 250 before a capitulation, which means the test the newly converted resistance into support, thus realizing the fourth true breakout, confirmation, and then continuation to the upside in a macro perspective. My goodness. So yeah, this one was a tough one. Ooh. All right, so you hear my hands? I'm over here just like, wow, it almost got me. And yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's just it's got to face some loading zones. So the loading zones, remember guys, if there is going to be, and actually what is momentum and volatility saying? Because what if this is prepping actually a reverse? Maybe it's suggesting a bear trap since they think, right? So this is already coming down from critical volatility on the daily. All right. No way. What? Oh my goodness. All right. So there is a statistical play in literally right now. The upside suggestion is being given by the momentum on the daily, and we're coming down from critical volatility above the 90 percentile. So contraction and the expansion of the momentum. Okay. So this is a recipe for an upside. So in fact, this is actually going to be a bear trap. So upon this test down here, right in the areas that I talked to you about, this may actually catapult to the upside, realizing that $2.40 zone, or even beyond, maybe the 250 even still, and then it would actually face that downside. So I wouldn't even be surprised if the volatility versus momentum backtest came in with an average of whatever that percentage is to the upside to this target here. Let's actually just see what that is based on the firing of the signal. So the signal actually fired off when? Let's see, right here. So at the opening of this candle, that would be, my goodness, man. Come on. So at the open, you hear that motor out there? Ridiculous. Shut up. Oof. Okay. So right from the opening of this candle here to the upside, that's a 52 spot, 7 to 8% move to the upside. I wouldn't even be surprised if a backtest suggested around there, which is already at the golden mean too. So a lot of rhyming here, you guys. So this is actually pretty bullish. And I thought it was a bull trap, but no, this may actually be a bear trap. They may not be aware of the actual test that was. I think they're thinking that this is for real, the third test, and they opened short, right? They got short this stock, and they're gonna take it down. They're like, all right, to hell, I guess, and instead of the moon, right? And then they would face that upside, and then you would actually see the higher low structure form. Good stuff. GNPX, man, I keep on getting it wrong. Let's rate it. Chat, what are we rating this for the longs? The upside is actually pretty imminent on this. $2. What's the float? Let's see what it is. Market cap 78.7 mil. The float is 45.6, right? So Mark Roach giving it a C. Indra H giving it a C plus. Very, very intelligent. Guys, I think your sentiment is already dead on. What you guys are suggesting, it's already pretty on the money. So yeah, in my personal opinion, without knowing the official statistical backtest, although it's suggesting the upside no matter what, I don't know anything about this trade. Literally just what I saw in price action, right? So I would like to apply mathematics into this to really gain an edge over it, right? But the long rating that I would give this is actually a C plus. Right, so yeah, so I think that's pretty good. Abner Cruz is actually, I hope that he's not long already, because this can actually, remember, the loading zones can actually be right at 160 to the range of 160 to about 157, and that would essentially be that last area before actually facing a bounce here. So this is, I mean, it's a nice setup. I just don't know it mathematically, and when I know it mathematically is when I then start to really consider getting long or getting short a stock, right? So yeah, in this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and note down that I did say a C plus for this ticker. Cool stuff. All right, guys. So yeah, I want to go ahead and move on to the next ticker, and that is gonna be Abner probably pulled Cal triggered early. So actually, Abner Cruz is in the East Coast. I think he's in Florida. So Abner Cruz, what's up, man? Good to see you. I was going to get in tomorrow if you give a positive feedback. Yeah, I see it. I see the upside on this. I'm giving it a C plus, to be honest, Abner. So I'm really thinking that that range is very likely. The 2.272, I'm literally saying 159 to 160 could be a very important area for loading. The secondary area would be at 157. Okay, so right in this, I'm favoring this one because I'm not sure that we have enough liquidity to get down here to 157. But I mean, it's 2 cents, right? So I'm just being very I mean, this is huge discretionary, right? So even still, a lot of people say that my discretionary still ends up playing out the next day in price action, right? But, and I just like to gain mathematical probabilities better here, but this is, I mean, it's ready. I mean, we have the contraction phase, we have the upside on momentum, we have the geometric targets and the fourth breakout. Like, this is looking good. In fact, I wanted to make this a B-, but damn, guys, actually, yeah, I'm gonna favor this actually a B- on this one for me. After reviewing it just like that, like I really feel I have conviction on this because of the way it's behaving, and it's I mean, the price action is doing this thing. It's like it's tightening. You know, I feel like it's gonna explode. I feel like something's gonna happen with this. I don't know anything about this damn company, but it feels like it's gonna explode. And without knowing the probabilities in mathematics, I don't know where it's gonna go. But for sure, it's after an accumulation period, up, right? So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna leave it actually at a B-, because this play is looking good. So let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, guys. We're gonna look at ticker symbol PBLA, PBNJ. So PBLA, I'm not sure that I've actually seen this one before, right? Again, cool guy Arca typing in the wrong keyboard here. So let's see if we've actually looked at it. I think we have. There you go. All right, guys. If you let's see. So remember, guys. Remember, if you are looking into opening position with or gaining a seat in that the Arca Masters trading course, please go ahead and remember to do so, as there's only about 8 seats left, or 8 or 9, I think, right around there. Okay, you guys. So please know that they are filling up pretty fast. It's only been 3 days since I announced it. So be very careful. Thanks, guys. I love the attention. Thank you for everybody for sticking around. I love that we were able to go through a bunch of tickers today, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and now take a look at ticker symbol PBLA, followed by KPRX, right? So let's see what it's got. Last time we thought we were going to be trading in a range, right? So starting from this candle here, and it actually didn't. So failed Arca. So what do we have? Momentum versus volatility are suggesting a pretty volatile move incoming, with the first potential target sitting at 209. And why? Oh, it was this. Wow. Okay, so check it out. This is actually one of those failed attempts. So when you're looking at volatility versus momentum, that's why sometimes I tell you that there's a 67% hit rate, or a 59% rate, or an 80% based on the failures of the setup, right? So in this case, this actually did face a failure of that setup. I'm saying failure because it's suggesting downside, right? But I mean, if it has a saving grace still, it could very well be that pullback before an actual upside, because trust me when I say that upon the firing of a signal, there's a lot of times to where I actually have to measure the iteration from a candle like this, and then the price action goes way down there and then it goes way up here. So I'm like, wow, people could actually see some real red before they see some serious green, right? So we don't know how that's going to play out. Price action, I'm talking price action, is very, very random. Okay, you guys, that's, I mean, it's close to volume, so it's difficult. Samantha H, what's up? Good to see you. I'm not sure if I already said hello to you, but hello, right? So yeah, you guys, that's what I'm looking at right here. So let's go ahead and now evaluate what the potentials could be for PBLA, right? So let's see what it's got. Let's refer to the RSI and see what it's got moving. So I think this was Sebastian. Was that you, Sebastian? That's long PBLA, or what is the deal, my dude? Let me know in the chat and I will go ahead and pay attention. I'm looking out for you. All right, so ridiculous lines everywhere. Let me just get rid of them right now. I was getting super creative. All right. So 30-minute immediate short term is suggesting the upside already. We are in that bullish control zone, and the bullish control zone is above the 50%, right? This is the whole bullish control zone. You have the bull weakness percentile and the bull strength percentile, okay? So we're suggesting an upside here. We bounced off that 14-day simple using it as a support, so that's good. Buy hourly still suggesting an aggressive upside here as well. Momentum pitch to the upside and critical volatility here. Nice. All right, so 6-hour time frame is suggesting upside as well, but it looks to be a little limited. I mean, the pitch here, the pivot of the RSI signal is pretty bullish here. So this may actually pierce through. And also momentum still suggesting that upside, and we're coming out of contraction, of critical contraction. So this actually may still see some upside. Let's see, 8 hour suggesting a little bit of a limited upside, but it is kind of pressuring that RSI signal, the 14-day simple to the upside a little bit. You can see that slight curve like here, right? So it looks like it's actually getting manipulated into that upside, even in the 12-hour time frame. Same situation. Okay, so the daily is now starting to make that bullish cross. Okay, take a look at this. So the daily has just made the cross above that 14-day simple moving average. The the dangerous part is that we are well within the the bear strength percentile. Given that we are outside, we're barely outside. I think by about 1%, we're outside of the gravitational zone that would essentially take us to the downside. I still think this can actually succeed to the upside. Let's go to the buy daily and see what it's got. So buy daily suggesting upside, a little limited based on that RSI, the 14-day above us, right? And consolidation. So yeah, this is looking for a limited upside, and it's fairly soon. And if I were to give a very discretionary resistance here, I would correlate it to the SMA 10 at about 148 to our previous area of support of about 146. That would be, and that one would be honestly the best case scenario before maybe finding consolidation within this area. So the funny thing is that I was already looking at consolidation before, just in the wrong range. It may actually be a larger range actually, or I'm not exactly sure, but it's just, could it be pending news? Could it be something that they want? I'm not sure, but this is it's not bullish, it's not bearish, it's just up and down. It's a range. It's all I'm seeing, right? Because I'm not really sure about this one, you guys, but yeah, that's all I'm looking at. Potential upside target to about 138 to about 146 top side, and then rejection, and then test our current highs and potentially doing this and that again. I'm not sure that this actually played out where it was supposed to play out, but that's what I'm looking at yet again. And also the fact that this daily hammer candle printed, not big enough, right? Not a big enough wick, but still suggesting an upside. And this candle actually confirmed that. So closing in the green the way it did, and at the opening of the previous candle, that can actually suggest a very short-term upside. So PBLA, let's go ahead and not rate this one, you guys. I'm not exactly confident in this one myself, right? So we'll just go ahead and leave this one and move on to the next opportunity. Let's leave this as a no rating and move on to, let's see, that was KPRX, right? Good stuff, guys. So guys, we actually didn't look over the broader markets. We were supposed to look at the SPY too, right? So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and limit this live stream to 2 more tickers. We're gonna do KPRX and SPY. So let's go ahead and move on right now to that KPRX ticker, as I do believe to have it already previously loaded. Yes, I do. Good stuff. All right, so let's look at the potentials here. Where were we the last time? We gave it a buy rating of C- and a B, C+ and a B-, right? So nice, but I'm not exactly sure where we actually gave that. Oh, right, so we did face the resistance. Nice, it actually did it, but we're now finding support in the 0.5. Okay, so the 0.5 giving us a 590 target. We're at 590, right at it. Okay, the good thing here is that we're following the golden rule of 3 pretty nicely. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. This is test number 4, and now this is test number 5, right? True breakout test number 4 and 5 are the ones, right? Number 4 is usually the one to play out more often than not, but number 5 is also a valid breakout test. In this case, we actually broke out, found the bearish divergence here, and also from the resistance touch of the box that we were looking at, we retraced and then started validating this area, which is the newly converted resistance, which was a resistance of the broadening wedge, right? Into a support. So we moved to the upside. We said that we could likely face that resistance from the 651 at the 0.618. We rejected from that 0.618. But the good thing here is that we're smack in the middle of the golden pocket Okay, the golden pocket is located between the knot 382 and the knot 618 of the Fibonacci ratio sequence, okay? So that is a very bullish area to be in. Okay, so good stuff, good stuff. I do like it, and it is suggesting a potential upside continuation just based on raw price action. So now let's go ahead and validate our feelings, because if there is going to be a touch to the downside, then it could it could very well be to that 528 still within the golden pocket, but let's just see. All right, so let's go to the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame and see what it's got. Downside suggestion, right, almost immediately. So buy hourly still suggesting a downside and already crossing below that 14-day simple moving average. Okay, so our discretion is actually now being a little corrected by momentum. So momentum is suggesting downside even still, which is giving even more validity to that $5.28 level before a bounce to the upside, and it would be a secondary confirmation of the newly converted resistance into support. So the 12-hour facing that resistance from that 12-hour 14-day simple moving average. Right, we are well within the gravitational zone here, okay? So there may be a limited downside, which is good, okay? So downside on the daily, barely crossing that 14-day simple in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile. Let's see what the buy daily has to say. Okay, buy daily is giving us a limited downside. So, all right, so yeah, our discretion is definitely limited downside followed by upside, okay? So let's look at this. Let's go back to the daily and see what we got. I'm going to modify my target from 528. It's a range. Okay, so I'm going to give you the range of 528 to the top side of this wick right over here, which has to do a lot with that with the touch of the newly converted resistance into support from the wedge right down here. So right over here could be about 501 to about 528 loading zone. Before continuing on to the upside, we still have a few days of validating this before it can continue on to that upside. The 5-day, okay, so meaning that we can actually face a downside continuation for the next maybe 3-4 days before finding the support, then finding the support, validating for another 2 or 3 days, then an upside continuation because it would be a valid test number 5 validation as well from the broadening descending wedge. So upon making that test, that this is, I mean, it would already be a week ahead of time. So I wouldn't feel too comfortable giving you targets right now. So the upside move that we were looking at already played out. So now we have to come back down and validate once again, reload, and then continue on to the upside. If you are curious as to where the overall price target is for this, per the trading book rules, you can find that at the genesis of the formation itself. So which would actually be suggesting about $40.54 likely to happen in weeks and weeks, maybe even months and months from now. Okay, so that is going to do it for ticker symbol KPRX. Please, let's go ahead and leave this one without a rating as well. Okay, you guys. So let me just go ahead and put it on the notes right over here. So long rating, I'm going to go ahead and put no rating. Good stuff, guys. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love that everybody stuck around tonight. I love that we're having this good time. So let's go ahead and now move on to the last ticker of the day. And bro, my goodness, Johnny Barnes, I told you I was going to get back to you and I never did, right, my dude? Yeah. I'll squeeze it in. My apologies to you. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Okay. So let's just, you said SI? Didn't I look at that once for you? No, right? Or I'm actually not even sure. Let's just look at Silvergate, and that's going to be on the daily first. Remember, guys, daily log chart, and let's see what's going down. Okay. So I already see. Wow. Hold on. Johnny Barnes, I need you to be very careful with this, okay? This is a broadening ascending wedge and likely traded in the 12-hour, not on the daily. Okay, hold on. Actually, let me go back to let me see the 8-hour first. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right, my dude, this one may be prepping for a downside. Hold on. Let me just let me literally put this together. And we will absolutely see what the potentials are here, okay? I'm not sure that this, let me use the other line for that. I'm sorry, the other bottom side candle, this one right over here, as it may line up a little tighter. Okay. And there's interesting that we're facing like 2 iterations of that downside there. So that has me a little, oh, I see it. Gotcha. Gotcha. So it's these connection dots. So this one here, the body opening right at that. Okay, so there it is. And now let's look at the upside and see what we have. Okay. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So we have test number, let's see. Ooh, this is a little confusing. This could arguably be test number 1. Let's see. Okay, so there's potentially 2 tests here. So test number 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Right, so test number 4 usually presents the potential of this being a bear trap. Okay, so the reason why I'm telling you this, let's see. I'm sorry, Johnny Barnes, you're saying didn't enter as yet. It is heavily shorted. Yeah, it looks to be. It looks to be, and it's actually in respects to what's happening with this formation here too. Okay, aside from potential fundamental catalysts and stuff. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, 1, 2, right? 3, 4, and this was that fake out. Interesting. I wonder why they actually thought that was the upside. Let me see. We have to think like a short seller here too, you guys. Okay, so let me connect that and see if there's any connecting dots. Okay, so I actually do see it. It's actually this contact point, this contact point, potentially this one right over here too. So okay, so 2 resistances to be followed. If that's the case, then you're looking at actually more tests. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This was a fake out on that test number 5. So that means that longs would actually know now that the test number 3 failed for them. So there could be a bear trap here. Actually, this may. The bears are thinking that they can take this down to here. Look, this is the bear target. So they would love for the price action to actually eventually reach 1084, right? So that's the play for short sellers. But this is a pretty large 8-hour iteration here that printed today, and it printed as a higher low. So it could be validating right now the support touches, right? So let's see. Let's go ahead and now move on to the moving average and moving averages, sorry, and then also apply momentum into this. So we're already succeeding. Okay, the 8-hour time frame is succeeding the both the SMA 100 and the 10. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3 areas of relevant support aside from the fact that this one closed right down here. So that's another. So there's 4 areas of support, being the SMA 100, SMA 50, opening of this candle, and the wedge bottom. Okay, so let's now go ahead and just open up momentum and see what we got. This one's tough, man. I'm not gonna lie. This one's a little challenging, and it's just it looks like there's a lot of psychology in it. Okay, so let's move on now. Let's go to the 30-minute and see what we got. So Ned saying SI tanked on news that is dealing with it's Binance, man. Yeah, what's his name? The founder or CEO of Binance. There's speculation of fraud. So it would likely, fail. So Mark Roach is giving us the fundamentals right down there, guys. Go ahead and take a read. And now go ahead and notice that we actually have an upside suggestion on that 30-minute. And it's pretty aggressive. It is in the bull weakness percentile. Let's move on. Bi-hourly actually moving above the 14-day simple moving average, now converting the previous zones, gravitational zone and the 14-day simple, as a relevant support area in case we do come back down. Okay, so very, very good thing there too. Now notice on the bi-hourly that we have the SMA 10 and the SMA 200 as a relevant support as well. So very much in correlation with the 200-day simple moving average, the bi-hourly 14-day simple in the RSI. So let's go ahead and move on to the 6-hour here. It looks like we may be facing some limited upside. If I were to be able to pair or determine the resistance between the RSI signal and the 14-day simple, I mean, it could be two areas actually, one of which can be found on the EMA 7 and the second of which can be found on that the SMA 10. So we can make a little box right here just for now, right? So this is in relevance to the 6-hour resistance range. And now let's move on. Let's see what the 12-hour has for us. The 12-hour suggesting upside as well. It's approaching the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile, and it looks like it's starting to pressure the 14-day simple to the upside as well. Okay, that's very curious actually. So let's go to the daily. The daily is suggesting a very limited downside. It looks like it's losing bear strength here. Okay, so I'm actually very curious over what's happening. Let's see. There it is. All right, there you go. All right, so the buy daily is suggesting that, it may not even touch. Notice how many times we came so close to the SMA 14 and never actually touched. It looks like it may have found the floor already. All right, so let's see the 3-day. Is it upside yet? 3-day, very close to the downside already. Let's see the 5-day. Oh man. Okay, yeah. So this is gonna trade sideways upon first finding a little bit of upside. Okay, so let's reference the 12-hour in this case and just take a look at the potentials here. Okay, so who was this? Johnny. I don't know that I would actually get long this stock for a huge move, as I actually see a limited upside. In fact, the 12-hour is in line with the 6-hour resistance range of 1688 from 1655. This has a very limited upside to go. Okay, so I think it's and it's also pertinent to the fact that we have to validate that the bottom side of the channel here some more. So it looks like it's going to be doing this for a while, right, before continuing on to the upside. So we're going to face that resistance here and then doing this sideways trading. That's what I'm seeing personally, okay? So I'm not sure if there's going to be some huge crazy news that is going to essentially push this thing up to the upside, right? So I don't know, but just know for a fact that I'm thinking that the upside is very limited before it can actually come back down and validate some more. So Johnny, please, yeah, not a problem, my brother, not a problem. So just go ahead and be careful with this one, my dude. So guys, I want to look at the SPY. Oh, guys, I know. I actually have in my calendar the CVNA earnings report, and the reason why I'm not gonna cover it tonight is because the earnings reports do not play the way they're supposed to be playing, like they did in the 90s or the early 2000s, guys. It's not the old days where we get good earnings and then that secures an upside. Sometimes those can be bull traps, okay? So this is the reason I want to keep retail safe, especially the ones who don't really know how to trade as well. I don't want to say something and then the thing just moves on to the other side. Okay, so I know a lot of you have been actually asking me for CVNA. It's not only just you, 6 cents. So in respects to keeping the community safe and retail safe, we should actually consider not covering that so that we can make, not every ticker, right? We don't, now that it's random, we don't know when it's going to go up or when it's going to go down based on how it was before, right? Yeah, not a problem, my dude. Not a problem at all. So take a look at Cal saying, yeah, man, earnings backwards. Hopefully that changes back. I really do hope so, man. Not like the old days, right? Steven, what's up, dude? Will KPRX go up at all before down to exit? Did I already saw KPRX, right? What did I say? Let me see. Guys, we gave KPRX a no rating. Where the hell is it, by the way? Let me get rid of this first and see where that K was, right? I just make a huge mess as I'm finishing off these tickers, right, you guys? So I apologize. Oh, there it is. Got it. All right. So if it did have an upside, you mean before it comes down? Let's see the immediate short terms. Actually, let's see the 5-minute. Like I'm talking about micro time frame. Yeah, actually, it may be available in the very earliest you can ever imagine anything. That's when it would be, and it's limited to that 14-day simple. So I'm talking 5-minute chart here. So you're talking scalp speed exit. Okay, so where though? Right, so let me see if the SMA is in. I'll help you out, my dude. Let me load up the EMAs instead. Okay, I think honestly the space between the RSI signal and that 14-day simple could be at the EMA 30, 599. So yeah, 598 or 599, my bro. That's and I mean the best case scenario could be the space between 606 and 620, but that's pretty hopeful. Okay, so that's hopium I'm giving you. Okay, but I honestly think the 599 or 598 could be an area before a continuation to the way down. But remember, it's likely to bounce like on that path, right? So first of all, we have that SMA 200 on the 5-minute, right? So that can face a resistance from that 50-day SMA, come right back down to the 576 area, bounce right back into the 598, and then, you know, starting to zigzag like this. And it looks like it's already starting to zigzag, right? So it could be possible. So Steven, not a problem, my dude. Guys, let's go ahead and now look at the broader markets as the final ticker for tonight, because we do need to know where those broader market perspectives are sitting, right? I think I already had, I already have it loaded up right over here. I made sure to remember, and I failed into looking at it, right, you guys? So already looking a little bearish in the 3-day. Man, let's do a little bit of cleaning up here and see what we got going, because we were looking at the potential of a descending channel, and it looks like it may have failed it for some reason. I'm not sure what time frame that was either, but let's look at the shorter term time frames as it may be pertinent to those. Right, so what? No. It is in reference to the 6-hour time frame. This is curious. Nice, guys. We're building a broadening descending wedge. And it's actually, it makes sense because we're above the macro scale broadening descending wedge, right? So suggesting another upside could potentially be that exactly. So let's see. Nice, man. I'm actually very happy we didn't forget to look at this. Let's see how we can make this actually connect correctly. Actually may actually be that one right there. No problem. We can always go ahead and adjust as we move along, right? So these touches are very obvious. Okay, good. So could it be here, actually? I think this one's it, actually. Let's see. And move this a little bit to... Could it be to the downside a little more? Guys, I'm sorry. I get surgical with these things is because it's incredibly important that we make sure that we give information that's not guessed. All right, so we have test number 1, 2, 3. Capitulation. Found the support. Right at that 3.618, literally right at it, and now suggesting an upside. Okay, so can we actually be making this upside? We already have the golden rule of 3 pretty much solidified here, so this is good. Oh man. Okay, so yeah. I'll go ahead and put that ticker down for tomorrow as well. Please remember that I still owe 2 from today, including HDUP and AMNL. So I'll go ahead and put COMS in there as well, my dude. Not a problem. Okay, so let's see what this could be. Okay, so let's refer to momentum. All right, so 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, just like always. Let's see what it's got. Piece by piece by piece by piece. Discretionary. Upside pivot on that 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, also in the gravitational zone. Upside suggested. Bi-hourly suggesting a little bit of consolidation, slightly bearish though. Okay, so this I mean, it's still okay. The fact that we, you know, came all the way back down here is honestly pertinent to why this can be continuing on to, man, look at this. This is very curious. Interesting. So wow, guys, look at this. This is very cool. There's another broadening descending wedge on the 15-minute. And it's already preparing a breakout of the 4th test. Oh man. So you're looking at a micro broadening descending wedge over a larger time frame broadening descending wedge, 6-hour, breaking out of a macro broadening descending wedge. Oh man, that is funny. Guys, I've already expressed this to you so many times that your master formation would likely create smaller formations after that, right? So this is literally the epitome of that. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's continue on with the analysis. Let's go to the buy hourly, right where we were. And the buy hourly is actually suggesting that's slightly bearish, right? So let's move on. 6 hour was where we were sitting, suggesting that bottom side already potentially being found. Okay, so we have a limited upside here. If that limited upside were to be suggested or actually taken into account, then we can actually take a range of a newer fib instead. Okay, so let's go ahead and just see what that possibility is from the previous 6 hour iteration. Swing high to the swing low, or wick high to wick low. Okay, so let's do it like this. And please notice that this target that we already had here is very much in line with the 1.618, and that it's still relevant. And I'm thinking that that's the upside target. Also notice the relevance between the SMA 100, SMA 10 with that 1.618, and also the SMA 100 also landing right below the 1.272. So this target here between the 1.272 is screaming some type of small retracement area, right? So for example, these are the things that I look at before getting long. So meaning that I would wait for the pump to the upside, pull back, and then come back into maybe even a better area than where it started from initially. So this could be a relevant area for a resistance, right, before coming back down, validating the current highs, and then continuing on to the upside, thus fulfilling the fourth test and true breakout of the smaller term time frame broadening descending wedge. So now the reason why I'm saying this as well, look how it plays along. Okay, check this out. I'm saying breakout, right, to about that 1.618. Who cares? So 1.618, 403.67. Then I'm saying that we would essentially come back and validate our current resistance, right? Refer to that 15-minute broadening descending wedge. So meaning that it's getting ready for a breakout right now, right? So we have this, actually the formation started here, right? So we have test 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We capitulate, and now we're going to do the true breakout, test number 5. Break out all the way to the 1.618, and then come back to our current highs and start validating our newly converted resistance into support from the smaller, tiny micro time frame broadening descending wedge. Okay, so more of the things that you're going to be learning in the masterclass, which by the way has only 8 seats available. Okay, you guys, so mad shilling here. Don't even do it. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and now refer to that 8-hour time frame. I want to get a little deeper into this to see how likely this upside is. Okay, so man, almost printed a very nice hammer candle, still a longer wick to the downside than the upside, considered to be bullish nonetheless. Okay, so another very important thing here is the price action closed in the golden pocket, bullish. Okay, we're right underneath that not 618. All right, so this is very good, and we're actually suggesting a little bit of consolidation on that 8-hour, no problem. And I think that's relevant to the fact that we would actually have to come back up and then come back down to validate that tiny little micro time frame resistance into support, right? And then we can make that upside. So everything is kind of lining up pretty nicely in this. Still some sideways suggestions here on that daily. Let's see the buy daily. Man, still consolidation, and the 3-day is suggesting downside, and the 5-day limited downside. Wow. Okay, so we have to focus on the immediate short-term time frame, guys, all the way to maybe, oh, I know, guys, FOMC minutes, it's coming up. That's why the consolidation and all these damn tickers. Have you heard me say so many times throughout this damn live stream of saying it's just facing sideways? I wonder what's going on. The FOMC minutes, man, damn. Okay, it shouldn't be newer news. The FOMC minutes should just be the validation of what they said previously at the FOMC meeting, right? That they're going to continue on with whatever they already said, right? So, in very rare occasions would they actually change that narrative, but we shouldn't be receiving any newer news, okay? So it's also, look at this. This is a spinning top doji. It's an indecision candle. We have FOMC minutes coming out, guys. That's why we're facing a little bit. We shouldn't have rated anything today, okay? You guys, be careful in the markets. And I think it's actually, was it today, or was it yesterday, or was it tomorrow? I'm not exactly sure when the minutes are coming out, but I remember that was actually something that I was looking at. John, should we sell AMC at $8 and buy back at $6? Another YouTuber says to take profits. Well, there is a bearish divergence happening right now that a lot of people are talking about. I do see an immediate short-term pullback but statistics are still suggesting an upside, my bro. So I would be very careful. If you listen, John, if you're already in profit, I mean get out, you know, and just take your wins right now and then get back in. Remember, for AMC, I was just talking about I literally was just talking about a potential upside rejection, right? So we're facing a rejection between 645 and 679. And this can actually then come back down to the range that I talked about, right? So about 593 to about 580, and then it would load up for another move to the upside. So just be very careful with those things, okay, you guys? I want you to all just know that I don't mean any harm for anyone, okay? What you mean, man? I'll look at it real quick for you, man. What is the deal with that? So. You guys, I'm gonna have to cut out really soon. Okay, I'm trying to finish off early because I want to make sure my wife rests. So wow, 5 days actually bullish on SIDU. Nice. So what's going on in the 30? Oh man, what? 30-minute upside, bi-hourly upside. Shut up. What's going on here? What's up? Why is this ticker suggesting upside like this? 12-hour upside. A little bit of consolidation on the bi-daily and the daily. Guys, what's happening with this ticker? Why is this moving like this? Why is it violent? And man, okay, so it actually got very close to the target we were looking at already. So 87. Okay, so now starting in the 3-day. All right, so yeah, the 3-day and the 5-day is starting to reverse, actually meaning upside, right? So immediate short-term rejection right at that 86.93. It's actually going to be a range between 86.93 and about 91.34 before coming back down and testing our zone of about 73.70 before a continuation onto the upside. I would wait for the FOMC minutes though. Okay, so let that thing play out or whatever happened. I'm not sure when it happened. So let's see. Mark Roach saying the Fed has raised rates by what? 450 since last March. Got it. I'm sorry. I was under the I was like, no, they can't do that. They can't do that, man. That would create a wage price spiral. That would create a stagflation. That would create, I don't remember a lot of my economics, right? But it would create a very turbulent market and a huge depression. So I'm not exactly sure when the FOMC minutes is coming out, but guys, this is suggesting upside right now. Okay, so but remember, I'm not sure what's going to happen in the macro space. So a very short-term rejection, top side of 91.34 before coming back down to test our current highs as an area of support before a continuation onto the upside. So this is looking bullish, man. I'm thanks, Da Vinci. It's looking good, man. I would loading zone is definitely 70.79 to about 75.83. This zone here is important for loading. I would wait for it to actually pump to the upside and come back and then ride it, right? So David Parr, what's up, man? All right, guys. So that is actually yeah, man. Shaka Khan. Wow. Cool deal, guys. That is I'm super stoked to have been able to stream here tonight. And to be able to express, has the music been going on this whole time, guys, or what? Can you answer that for me right now? I thought we already dimmed the music. Chat, has the music continued? Oh my goodness. Optimal saying SIDU got renewed contract with SpaceX. No wonder this thing is actually suggesting an upside. Wow. Yeah, man. So I'm literally talking about a very short-term rejection at that 87 to 91 before coming back, right? Not a problem, guys. We actually just chilled all damn day with the damn music, right? Whatever the case is, we're still here. So guys, just know that I love you all very much. Thank you so much for stopping by. Moderators, thank you for all your help. Samantha H, Mark Roach, Cal L. I think I saw a couple others here, right? So nonetheless, you know I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you for your donations. 6 Cents Ninja, have a good night. Beso Amy, have a very good night. Cal L, thank you, my dude. Steve, take care, guys. Please remember to subscribe to that or reserve your seat for the ARC Masters as it is going away soon. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for all your help. And Mark Roach, take care, my bro. But with that said, guys, I wish you well, and I wish you a good night, and I'll catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.